Well, let's speak now to Neama Rahmani. He's a former federal prosecutor and the president of West Coast Trial Lawyers. Thank you very much for coming on the programme.
Thanks for having me.
What was your reaction to that 25-year sentence?
I'm not surprised. Judge Kaplan is an old school judge, and he was going to stick within those advisory guideline range. That being said, he was going to impose nowhere near the 100-year sentence that U.S. probation was recommending, or even the 40 to 50 years. 25 was about right. I predicted somewhere in the 20 to 30 range. Let's not forget, people that murder people here in the United States usually get a sentence of 25 to life.
Interesting. And just because different legal systems around the world have different kind of standards, what is the expectation if, we'll get on to appeals and stuff in a moment, but what is the expectation, taking that sentence as is, of how much of that will be actually served behind bars?
Well, it does matter. Different states have different percentages, but under federal law, which applies here, inmates have to serve 85% of their sentences. Now, there are some programs that might reduce that a bit more by, 1 or 2 years. So Sam Bankman-Fried is going to have to spend approximately 20 years in federal prison.
Interesting. Let's get on to the appeal then. What does happen with an appeal?
Well, we know the appeal is inevitable. He's hired a very good appellate lawyer, and we could tell by Sam Bankman-Fried's statement today. It was a little bit meandering, but importantly, he said sorry, but he did not accept any responsibility for his actions or express remorse for the victims. That's something Judge Kaplan seized upon, and I think the reason he didn't do so was he's going to take his chances on appeal.
And is it too early to know kind of on what potential grounds there could be for appeal here?
I think it is too early, but I think the chance of a successful appeal is slim. We're talking about someone that was involved in one of the biggest and most brazen frauds in American history. And this wasn't, an accounting irregularity or inflating the stock price of a company. Here's someone that stole money and used it for lavish personal expenses, boats, residences in the Bahamas, and so forth. I don't think an appellate court in the Second Circuit is going to look too kindly upon that.
Interesting. Neama Rahmani, thank you very much for coming on the program. Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for having me.